There you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, I think we might do a random ranking today. What do you say we go to our movie collection? Our movie collection. Well, you know what? It's kind of ours here when it's on, YouTube. Our movie collection here, and pick out 3 movies at random, and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. Excuse me. Oh, where'd that yawn come from? I'm filming this actually kind of early, which is weird because normally I wait till, right before bed. And I was like, no, I got stuff I got to get done tonight, so I'm going to wait. But anyway, I know I have chopped this intro up so much, but we are going to pick 3 movies from the movie collection behind me at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking some movies. 3 of them, right? Should we go down in this corner here? There's Superman right there. Let's see. Maybe here. Let me see if I can. You know what? I'm gonna pick 3 next to each other and see what that gets us. We gotta make sure I've seen them. Yes. Yes. Ooh, gotta move one. Gotta move one. Maybe I'll do this. Wait, how? I feel like I always grab that one. What? Wait, what? Wow, there's a lot of F movies because all of these are F movies, which is cool because tomorrow is Friday. All right, so first off, we have Fun with Dick and Jane. Man, oh man, I almost wore a Jim Carrey shirt today, and then I didn't. I wish I would have. It would have been so cool to wear a Jim Carrey shirt and pull this movie. Also, speaking of Jim Carrey, my buddy Cody over at Dude Who Loves Movies, on his channel, he kind of has like this 2-month-long series of 90s themed stuff, and one of those videos that he made was all about Jim Carrey, more specifically from '94. So this movie is not really covered in it, but if you love Jim Carrey, you got to check out that video. You know what? If I can remember, I will put the link to that video in the description below. Also, this movie, Judd Apatow did not direct, but I believe he did produce this. Let's see if we can find any director names here. Okay, yeah, Dean, what is it, Parasite. But I do know we got Brian Grazer on here. We got Judd Apatow, yeah, who did the screenplay. Okay. So, yeah, and Téa Leoni, I mean, we all know her from, what was her show called? The Naked Truth, right? I think that was it on NBC back, must-see TV, that era. Yeah, I've always liked her a lot. Always thought she was like super attractive. And the funny thing is, my wife is a huge David Duchovny fan. So she likes Téa Leoni also. But yeah, this is a really funny movie. It's about some real issues that were going on during this time when it came out, but it's also a remake and but just updated for the time it's in. But you still get a lot of laughs out of this. All right, next we have Fanboys. Looks like somebody, was it me, bought this for $15. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, maybe I did, because this looks fresh. Did I buy this? It doesn't have any other stickers on it that suggests I got it secondhand. Maybe I just bought this straight up, which is not my style. I was always more of a thrift store, pawn shop buyer for a long time, back when I was just buying movies. Because you'll find that I think most of my movies, even though I'm more of a 90s guy, most of my movies are like 2000s-ish, because when I was in college, I had a friend who worked at a pawn shop, and I would always go in there and just load up on movies, and a lot of times it was just like 2000s era movies. But anyway, I think this movie's funny. It's very choppy because I think it went through a lot of production hell, development hell. There's a lot of cameos in it. Seth Rogen, I think, plays a few people in it, if I remember correctly. But It's a nice, sweet story. Also, what's her name? Kristen Bell. I mean, it's just, it's cool to see, she's in this, and then she went on to do so many things. Uh, Fogler, is it Fogler or Fogel? Fogler, yeah, Dan Fogler right here. Love him. He was on Walking Dead. He was in Fantastic Beasts movies. I'd love to see him in way more things. Anytime he's on screen, I love it. All right, next we have Factory Girl. Um, um, Edie Sedgwick here, which was sort of the it girl of the era of like the Andy Warhol 60s. So Kira Sedgwick. She's married to Kevin Bacon. This is her aunt, I believe. Either her aunt or like her cousin's, some, sort of cousin or something like that. I can't remember, but I believe they are related in some way. But anyway, this is about Edie Sedgwick. I keep thinking I'm going to say Kira, but Edie Sedgwick, who was kind of like a model of the time, of the 60s, and Andy Warhol and her relationship, friendship, enemyship, all of that, and how a lot of times getting close to Andy Warhol. What was he had a nickname. I'm trying to think of it. It was like Dracuella or something like that, because he was seen as Cinderella and Dracula. He sort of would buddy up against people of the time and then sort of suck some stardom off of them to maintain his relevance, and then sort of cast them to the side when they were no longer useful. As at least the reputation that he had. Guy Pearce plays Andy Warhol in this. I think he does a pretty good job. Actually, you can see him right there. Do you see? It's a young 60s Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol's been played by a number of people. David Bowie plays him in the film Basquiat. What was it? I think Bill Hader played him in something. Was it Men in Black, like 3 or something like that? Is that right? That is popping into my head. But anyway, how are we going to rank these? I think... Oh, also, yeah, Hayden Christensen is in this. Darth Vader is in this. And I think he basically plays Bob Dylan. He's not Bob Dylan, but I think he's supposed to be Bob Dylan. Like they couldn't use Bob Dylan's name or something, so they just invented a character, but it's basically Bob Dylan, which is funny because we have that Timothée Chalamet out right now, where Timothée Chalamet is playing Bob Dylan in that movie. I don't know how to rank this. I think I'm actually going to stick with this. I'm going to go with Fun with Dick and Jane because it's funny, it's Jim Carrey, it's Tay Leone. I think it's funny. Then I'm going to go with Fanboys because it's about Star Wars and it's a touching story about friendship, has a lot of great things to say about friendship. And then I'm going to go Factory Girl at the end. It's good. Sienna Miller, Bombshell. She's the one playing Edie Sedgwick. Smoke Show. But Factory Girl is going to go at the end there. It's kind of sad, a little depressing, so just, I don't know, it's not a mood I want to be in right now, so I'm gonna go with the fun ones up front. So there we go. This is my ranking: Fun with Dick and Jane, Fanboys, and Factory Girl. And look at that. This is an old blockbuster one, actually, which tells me, and maybe this is where I got this one too, any that are a Blockbuster came from a friend of mine who worked at a Blockbuster, and then he was getting rid of his entire collection because he was moving or something, and he let me go through and pick a bunch of movies. So anyway, have you seen these films right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.